Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Thank you for being here. My name is Andrew, coming to you from beautiful Costa Rica. Today's topic is going to be when the narcissist knows you know. Think about that for a minute. Guys, if you like the content, please subscribe. So when the narcissist knows you know. Now, if you are in the narcissistic relationship, pay attention. If you are out, drop comments, share your wisdom and insight and experiences with the community, and let's continue to spread awareness for narcissistic abuse and the narcissistic abusive cycle. The narcissist, there will be moments in time when you are in the relationship with them, coworker, neighbor, family member, lover, friend, whomever. There will be moments in time when their mask slips. Now, before you have the education on the narcissistic abusive cycle, you don't know what's going on here. You just think that that is maybe a moment of strange behavior, or something didn't quite resonate with you. You're like, wait, what was that? But you usually, before you have the education, you usually just give it a pass. In other words, you don't pay attention to it. It goes out of your memory. No big thing. Now, understand that you've probably, if you're in a relationship with a narcissist, let's say it's a sibling, family member, you've seen this happen many, many times throughout your life. And you've always just said, okay, it's just so-and-so, it's just who they are, no big deal. But now you are getting the education on channels like mine and many others. And again, thank you very much for being here. And you're understanding that this person is perhaps a narcissist. And what that means is there will be moments in time when you identify, now that you've identified that they are a narcissist, that you'll identify, wow, that is peculiar behavior, or why is this person having a rage fit, or why are they painting a different image of the past? In other words, gaslighting you. Why are they ghosting me? Why are they disappearing for days, weeks, months, years on end? Because they don't want to be accountable. They don't want to introspect. They don't want to have to look within themselves and say, yes, I was wrong. I did something inappropriate. I want to improve. I want to learn from that behavior and correct it and be a better person. In other words, I want to stop being selfish and stop destroying those people around me. That's exactly how it is. But when the narcissist knows you know, there will be moments in time, and for those of you who are out of the relationship, you know exactly what I'm talking about. When you actually, let's put it this way, post-narcissistic relationship, once you do the healing and you're well on your way on the healing path, or you have healed properly and you've come through the ashes and risen like a phoenix and you're feeling great, you're at that pinnacle of indifference, the mountaintop of indifference. When all that happens, the narcissist many times will know that you know. Now, there are ways that they're going to know. Number one is if you ever called them out and brought to attention that they are a narcissist. By the way, I would not do that. Not suggested at all. You should stay away from the narcissist. Remember, block them, go no contact, delete them, remove all flying monkeys and people associated with the narcissist. But if you took action before you had the wisdom on the narcissistic abusive cycle, perhaps you called them out and you called them a narcissist. Again, I wouldn't do that. But if you did, well, right then, now they know that you know. Now, are they going to say, yes, I am one? Probably not. Are they going to change the behavior? Definitely not. Do they care? No way. Is this going to help you? Probably not, to be honest. But there are other ways when the narcissist knows you know. In other words, when you stop giving them attention, when you stop feeding the false narrative, when you no longer answer their text, phone call, email because you block them and they're out of your life and they're out of your mind for the most part. You see, that is when you are living your best life. You've left them in the past. What you have actually done there is you have endured, and I don't say that lightly, a narcissistic abusive relationship, and you've understood that this never benefited you and that what you were was their punching bag or their sounding board or their financial resource or their resource for many other ways to better themselves, the whole time not bettering yourself. When you understand that, and you go no contact, that's when the narcissists, they kind of catch on a little bit. They really do. They're like, wait a minute, this person, whoever it is, let's say it's a friend. They're like, this person, they don't give me the attention I used to get. They're not loaning me money. They're not picking me up from the airport. They're not listening to me for 3 hours on a Friday night when in fact you should be doing something else with your life. Why? I'll tell you why. Because you understand now that they're a narcissist or they are a toxic individual, and you don't surround yourself with those people any longer. You've removed them. You've actually taken stock of those individuals that you spend your time with, and you've understood that certain individuals need to be removed. When I say removed, it just means you just stop spending time with them or giving them your energy. Another thing on the channel I mentioned frequently, pardon me, is that where you place your attention is where you place your energy. It's 100% fact. It's exactly what it is. That's how life is. Example, I'm creating this video right now with you in this exact moment. This is where I'm placing my attention, which is my energy, and you are consuming this. Whether you're listening to it on the car ride home, you're on an airplane, you're getting ready to go to bed, you're just waking up, whatever, or perhaps you're watching it. Either way, it's great. Thanks for being here. What I'm suggesting to you, though, is when the narcissist knows you know, they will change, and they will feign that they themselves have changed. That they, for example, have found themselves, that they understood you were the love of their life the whole time, that they are seeing a therapist, that they want to be better, things like that. Or the narcissist many times will just disappear. They're gone. And they're going to hope that you have a short-term memory, and that perhaps at a later date, perhaps they come back and hoover you, and you will give them another opportunity. That's why the hoover, again, if you're not being hoovered, God bless you, it's great, it's a good thing. If you are being hoovered, remember, decline it. Do not accept any hoover. And again, for those people on the channel, maybe perhaps this is the first video you're ever watching. A hoover is when the narcissist returns back to try and connect with you and get the relationship going again, so they can give you another round of abuse, which perhaps in this case is round 2, 3, 500, whatever it is. But every time you accept the hoover, what you're doing is you're lowering your boundaries, or perhaps you don't have boundaries, and you're allowing this toxic behavior to enter your life. Again, we don't want that. What we want is you living your best life, learning to say the magic word no, learning to not be a people pleaser, learning to spend your attention and your energy on yourself, and having high boundaries. Now, again, what I'm mentioning to you is when the narcissist knows you know, they understand that the game is over, that perhaps you are too smart, or you've finally gotten the education that this individual is not a healthy individual and you want nothing to do with them. That is a good thing. That's why many times, let's take the family relationship or lover or friend, whatever you want. That's why many times you hear, and pay attention closely to this, you hear of your friends, let's say friends, and you hear, or acquaintances, or maybe just someone you just met, and they're like, and you talk to them and they're like, hey, how you doing? Nice to meet you. My name's so-and-so. And they're like, yeah, nice to meet you. My name's so-and-so. And you have some small talk, which is, that's what you do. It's introducing yourself to people. And perhaps you start talking about family. I'm just making this up. Maybe it's a neighbor you haven't seen in a while or whatever. And they ask you, hey, how's so-and-so doing? And you're like, well, I haven't talked to them a couple of years. And they're like, really? What's going on there? What's the problem? Well, I'm not saying this is the answer for every situation, but in fact, if you really think about what I'm mentioning to you, estranged family members or relationships or marriages, whatever, many times it's not how it appears to be. In other words, many times it is a narcissistic relationship. And the person that has not been speaking with the other individual, it may seem like that person is being cold or they're not doing the right thing, when in fact what they're doing is they are going no contact and removing that toxic individual from their lives. Really understand that message. Play it again if you didn't get it. What I'm suggesting is many times when you speak with people, if they say that they're family members they haven't talked to in 2, 3, 5, 10 years, 20 years, the first thing that crosses your mind is, wow, that's a long time. Like, what's going on? The truth of the matter is there is a chance that those family members are narcissists. I'm not saying they are, but really think about what I'm telling you. Or you could flip the coin that in fact the person you're talking to is the narcissist. Who knows? And I'm not trying to spread narcissistic doom and gloom. I'm just suggesting think deeper about when you're discussing your relationships with people and or when they're sharing things with you, because it is not always as it appears to be. And going down that rabbit hole, if you were in a narcissistic relationship, or perhaps you're in one right now, you know what I'm talking about. Let's discuss the smear campaign for a moment. When the smear campaign was in full force, you did not know anything about it. You did not know it was underway. Why? Because you didn't even know what a smear campaign was. Because who would do that? Especially someone who loved you, or claimed they loved you, or claimed they were your best friend, so on and so on. But this is how toxic these individuals are. They portray themselves to be one person when in fact they're somebody else completely different. And to the next person, in other words, the new supply, there's someone even more different. That's why they are not unique or genuine. I'm talking about the narcissist. That's why they hop from person to person, relationship to relationship, country to country, blowing up every relationship they ever get involved in. It's a fact. So when the narcissist knows you know, they're gonna, my hope is they're gonna just say, okay, I can't get to this one any longer. I'm gonna let them go and just leave them alone. That's a good thing. You want to be off the radar of the narcissist. You want nothing to do with them. You certainly want them out of your mind, out of your presence, out of your proximity, and you want nothing to do with them any longer once you get the education. Now going backwards, when you didn't have the education, before you met the narcissist, or before you got the awareness on the narcissistic abusive cycle, you didn't know. So perhaps you were trying your hardest. You were donating every bit of your time, your energy, your money, your efforts, your love, everything you had, your empathy to this person in this relationship because you didn't know. And then eventually one day the light bulb went off. You're like, wait a minute, I am really not even living my life. I'm living this person's life. I'm not doing anything for myself. This person's getting all the benefits. And even if I want to talk for 5 minutes, I can't even do that. I have to schedule it. And even if I schedule it, the person's not even listening to me. Understand what I'm saying to you? So narcissism is all around us on this planet. It sincerely is. Just like empathy is all around you on this planet. It's everywhere. The point here is you need to utilize your superpower, which is the skills you have on the awareness for the narcissistic abusive cycle, and use these tools and this superpower to insulate yourself, to protect yourself, to not have these toxic individuals in your life at all. No, goodbye. You gave to a fault years ago, and now you don't do that any longer. So when the narcissist knows you know, and believe me, many times they do, they just say, okay, I had that one, which was you, for a period of time, and I got a lot of resources from them. I can't really do it any longer because they're catching on to me. They're not going to allow me to take from them any longer. And they will move on to another unsuspecting individual if they haven't already. Remember, the narcissist always has multiple sources of supply. It wasn't just you. Whether you were and or are married to the narcissist or not, or perhaps you were thinking of getting married to them, there are multiple sources of supply surrounding the narcissist. That is exactly why they're on their smartphones all the time. That's exactly why they disappear for days, weeks, months on end. That's exactly why they don't return your texts. Or if they do, it's with a one-letter answer, K. And that's exactly why they don't care about you. That's why they don't love. They have zero empathy. All they care about is themselves. So when the narcissist knows you know, it's game over. It's up to you now to adhere to your boundaries, to maintain them, to grow them, to remove other toxic individuals from your life, and to live your best life, to do the things that fulfill you. Because, like I mentioned so frequently on the channel, the narcissist, once you meet a narcissist, or once you met the narcissist that you're thinking about right now, it was advantage narcissist, the whole relationship, until you got the education. And when you did, that's when it's game over and you win. You see, I know it's not a game because this is life, but to the narcissist, it is a game. It's a sick, twisted game of manipulation. And when they meet you, they have the advantage because you don't have the education on narcissism. Once you get the education, then you see through the mask and you can identify who the narcissist is, and you stay away from them. You just don't give them your attention, your energy. So that's what you need to do, and that's what my hope is that you are doing. So guys, that's the message. When the narcissist knows you know, that's when everything switches to advantage you. And then these people, the narcissist, can disappear, do whatever they do, just as long as they stay away from you. And again, my hope is they're not ruining other people's experiences and or lives, but that's their nature. That's what they do. So guys, that's the video. I hope you liked it. I loved doing it from rainy Costa Rica. This is Andrew. Namaste. Have a great afternoon. Stay true, stay blessed. Continue to become awakened and aware, and understand you are the priority. You come first, second, and third. And listen to me. When the narcissist knows you know, you don't want to be telling the narcissist they're a narcissist. That's not the path. The path is take the high road, become educated, insulate yourself, and live your best life. Remove them from your lives quietly. That's what you do. But when they know you know, they will know, which means, okay, you, which I'm talking about you watching the video, I need to back off because this person's on to me. They're not going to allow me to extract any more resources from them. That's it, guys. No matter where you are on the planet, you are not alone. I love you. Have a great afternoon. Stay blessed, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Okay, remember, be smart. I love you guys. Bye-bye.